Alright, so this is gonna be a simple video. No big fucking props or acting or anything. I'm not gonna take credit for this idea. The YouTuber Foxy should get the credit. He's the one that came up with the idea. He's the one that, he's how I found out about the idea, basically. Link to that in the description. Anyway, I want to share this today. I'm gonna approach it in a very, ghetto type of way. So, I'm running into a problem I'm sure a lot of you are. No room on my shelf. You see, I've gone from this to the sideways games, and I'm running out of room. I don't want to start stacking stuff in front sideways, and it doesn't look good. Now, how do I fix this? Well, if you have a deep enough shelf like I do, there's technically room for two, but then if you put it in front, it blocks that game behind it. We don't want that. Well, due to Foxy's idea, I'm implementing a strategy to keep the game spines pretty visible for both layers, but still, make that extra professional look with extra space. Professionality, spatiality, neither one are real words probably, but you know what? I don't care. We're doing that today. So I got some styrofoam cut up here. Make sure you got a vacuum on hand, because it'll leave it all over your ground. I mean, your ground will be looking like the ground of a Cotel fucking warehouse. So I got two pieces of styrofoam. I've cut off from a big chunk, and I'm going to attach these two together, because that's going to give me a height factor. We're basically building a height in the back to lift up the back row of the game. So I'm going to use the greatest tool ever created by mankind, the hot glue gun. I've grown an appreciation for hot glue guns. I used to think, oh, that's a thing for arts and crafts. No, motherfucker. This thing, you could build a rocket ship out of it. This thing binds anything together. Home repairs, arts and crafts. I don't know, building airplanes, hot glue gun. And you don't have to wait all day for it to dry. So I'm going to attach these two together real quick, and I'll be right back. Now, we got that drying. I probably would use a little bit more hot glue if I had a second stick loaded up in it, but you don't have to use a crazy amount for this, because we're going to run some tape on it after, but, you don't want to make the tape do all the work. There's no point in that extra security. So the hot glue is the way to go. Now, this still looks like this is a deformed cloud that's falling apart all over the place, and you don't want that in your game room. So we're going to solve this problem, but we're going to go a bit more advanced. Now, we're going to spray paint it. You want to spray paint it whatever color your shelf is, so it, blends in nicely. I always find, pro tip, spray painting outside, obviously. Just rip up some, grocery bags you got laying around. Just the bottom, protect the ground. Now I'm going to use black spray paint. That's the color of the shelf. This will take a few seconds. Alright, I've never done this before, so maybe learn from my mistakes. The styrofoam seems to be absorbing the paint quite well, actually. So, I mean, as long as it's not stark white, I think it's going to look fine, but you might want to use a different type of paint or something, or, find your own solution to this. I could figure some. But, I mean, it's going to look okay at least. Now, we're going to let that dry for now. Alright, it's now the next day, and we failed to a degree, but we're going to crank up the ghetto meter. It looks like soil. Looks like... look at it. It's like the surface of the moon. It ate into it. I mean, there's cradles in it. So, at home, what I would recommend is maybe wrap it glue, wrap it in white paper or poster board and then paint it. So, we're not gonna color this all the way. I'm going to use the flat top. This video is more about getting the idea across. You do it right. I'm just giving you the idea. And again, I didn't create the idea, but I want to make sure because it's a good idea. I want to pass it along. So this will be about moving the idea, even if the final result of mine is, well, in the words of AVGN, it's ass. Alright, so the next step, and hopefully this doesn't fail, I'm going to wrap it in a layer of tape, just to seal it in so it doesn't fall apart, because you don't want little white dots all over the game shelf. I'm going to tape it, and let's hope it works. Alright, we got it taped up good. So no leaking or anything coming off of it. It looks terrible aesthetically. Do a more professional job. And I didn't know that paint eats styrofoam, but we're going to put it in the shelf real quick, and I'll show you the results after. Alright, I just want to show the back end of this real quick. I'll show the final result too. As you can see, I got it elevated up on that platform. Now, I can really show off the key difference and, the benefit of this tip. So as you can see, normal double row blocks the back game. That's a problem. You can't see what's back there. This shows enough of the back spine. It makes it look better with double rows. It's just more aesthetically pleasing and practical. I mean, you don't want to be digging through the game shelf looking for that one game you want to play. This is the way to go. And I mean, you got company over at your house or something, you don't want the scenario of them walking by and thinking, man, that guy's 360 collection is less impressive than I thought it would be. Is that only one row? Jesus. I gotta get out of here. And you have to go over and be like, no. And you pull out games, and it's all double-sided. Now they're thinking, wow, what does this guy have? Two brains? Two broken brains? But that was a terrible analogy. That analogy was almost as bad as this fucking thing. Anyway, if you got a lady over or something, she's gonna be so impressed by your 360 collection that you're gonna be a real lucky man that night. But not if you do a normal double row. If you do a normal double row, man, you're gonna have a sad night looking at that double row. And this is generally the end result. Now, I don't have enough styrofoam to go across. I'm gonna set that up later, but look at that. It looks real nice now. You can see the games back there. You can see the games here. It's a lot better than this. Would you rather have this or this? This is just like, it's there. This is just like, generic round vehicle. It gets around. It's nothing special. Nah, this is a badass fucking, old school muscle car. It's as people turning heads. You know what? No. You know what? It's a fucking Bugatti.